However, that's not what I talk about. I advocate for stoicism and mental control. I do not advocate for murdering people, one. Secondly, he also listened to a Taylor Swift song. Did we talk about that? He also drinks water. You know, he also visited France on holiday. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
This person's had a whole life for 30 years and done unlimited things. You can tie him to anything. And they just say, oh, we found in his browser 6 years ago a video of Andrew making a joke about a car. He is, why, the Tate murderer. This is a setup. This is a psyop.
Yeah.
And the British government, I'll make it very clear, Great Britain, hello, you, yes. The British government is coming for me, trying their very best to put me in jail for 10 to 20 years for no reason. And they know it's no reason because it's full Stasi, full USSR lockdown communism. And they can't stand the fact that I highlight how corrupt they are. Let me make something very clear to you because a lot of people at home, especially in England, don't understand why they're being replaced. Let me explain why they're being replaced. For everyone at home who's confused, why are they replacing all the white British people with all the other people? Let me tell you exactly why they're doing it. Keir Starmer's not the leader of anything. Keir Starmer's not the boss. He may be in charge of the government, but if he has an idea, if he has an implementation, he needs to go to other people. He has to fight against the House of Commons. He has to get it through the House of Lords. He can't decide with the whiff of his hand if somebody lives or dies. Now, the leader in Dubai is the leader. And the leader in Saudi is the leader. They're the real leader. They have absolute power. They're an absolute monarch. Our leaders don't have that. But they want to be an absolute monarch. They want to turn the UK into a third world nation so they get to be third world leaders because third world leaders rule with absolute force, no accountability, and they can just steal as much as they want without ever getting in trouble. And anyone who highlights it, any of the foreigners which are particularly astute and pay enough attention to realize, well, they just get their heads chopped off because they now get to rule the third world nation, which the UK is going to become like a third world leader does with absolute force. That's all they want to do. They're tired of the rule of law. They're tired of this. They're tired of the fact they have to put me through a court case. They don't want me around. I don't like Andrew. I don't like what he says. Get rid of Andrew. He has to go to court. Yeah, they can set it up, and they will. They'll rig it. But they still have to put me through court. They have to... if I piss them off and they were a third world leader, they just put a bullet in my head. So get rid of him. Same day. Lock him in a room. Get rid of him. That's what they want to do. The UK population is being replaced. And that's why things like adolescence are actually so heinous. Let's analyze this. Imagine the depravity in the hearts of the leaders of a nation which are replacing the population with third worlders primarily so they can steal and plunder a once great empire. And as they do it, they convince the last remnants of native men that the problem is them. Not the new people, it's you. You people who grew up here, who fought for this place, who lived here, whose parents died for this place, whose uncles were in the mines, who have paid taxes, you're the problem. Not the immigrants who turn up and take all the free money. You are. Look at adolescents. Look at this 13-year-old boy who kills people. As we know, very recently in Southport, we know it wasn't a little white boy killing little girls. We know that. And they will still attempt to psyop us. And you know what breaks my heart the most? What breaks my heart the most is that the average English person is going to sit there and watch that shit and say, yeah, Andrew Tate's a misogynist. You know, you get to a point where some people just deserve to lose. I mean, I thought the UK was full of lions. Remember 3 lions on a shirt? Where the fuck's the lion? Where are they?
Come on, bro.
No, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Where's the protests outside Parliament?
What would you do then?
There's no one's doing anything. They're just sitting there waiting to fucking die, bro.
So if you're in the UK, like if you're me, for example, you don't want to be in the UK because you got all these allegations and stuff. But for the average person that's watching this in the UK, Great Britain, who's a business person, doing well, making money, do you stay and do you fight it or do you move to Dubai?
Well, you can't do it by yourself. And this is the point. When I'm talking about the lion inside of the UK, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the general culture and spirit of resistance that the British used to have, which has been completely eroded. The average English man now has become a eunuch. An English man will walk outside his house and fight another English man over a fucking football team, but won't fight some foreigner who's in his fucking daughter. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot of killers still in the UK, though.
Of course,
there's a lot of killers.
No, but the point is, there has to be a cultural shift.
Yeah.
Forget color, forget white, black, brown, whatever.
Yeah.
There has to be a cultural shift where the Muslims, the black people, the white people, everyone gets together and says, "No, we're tired of being fucking robbed. We're tired of all these people coming in. We're tired of this whole scam." And then it all ends. But it's an abusive relationship. It's like a woman who's with an abusive man. As long as she stays, he's gonna abuse her. She has to stand up for herself at some point, or it never ends. And the people of the UK are not standing up for themselves.
Right.
And to answer your question, what would I do personally?
Yeah.
Well, I've made it clear what I would do. I've tried my very best to rally the troops. I've tried my very best to inspire people. Most of the people in the UK have betrayed me. Most people in the UK sit there and go, well, Andrew's a misogynist.
Do they though? Do they really?
No. You know, it's funny. Because in person, I've never had a negative interaction with anyone ever. Everyone loves me.
Of course.
But on the internet, under this post, there'll be some idiot. Andrew Tate is accused. I'm accused by fucking Romanians.
Yes,
hello.
idiot.
Romanians have accused me. Do you understand that means nothing? I've done my very best to rally and inspire the troops and destroyed my own life doing it. I didn't need to do this. I have money. I don't have to. I could just disappear and live on a boat. I did this and destroyed my own life in an attempt to rally the troops. So that's what I would do personally. I would fight, of course. I saw some guy, I don't know his name. He was on Twitter. Skinny little dipshit, begging for the government to tax us more.
I was going to talk to you about him. Are you on about Gary Economics?
Must be him, yeah.
Is he like got skinhead?
Yeah. Skinny
Gary
little dipshit.
Stevenson.
Every revolution in history began with the assassination of the tax man, not sucking the tax man off, hoping he taxes you more. That's not a revolution.
Right.
That is garbage. And the fact that he thinks giving the UK government any more money when they do nothing but waste it. They have hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Why? Because they launder it. So he thinks, let's give the criminals who steal all the money more of our money and maybe it'll all work out because their kids need a future. Yeah. There's no future as long as you're dealing with crooks, sir. And if you think you could tax rich people, you're also an idiot.
Right.
Because let me tell you from a rich person, we leave. There is no rich person on the planet.
Or restructure things.
Or restructure things. That's right. I can restructure my life and still visit England and enjoy England while having my wealth elsewhere and not pay the taxes.
Yeah.
So he obviously doesn't know very much for an economics fucking whatever he's supposed to be.
Interesting though, because I actually think if you listen to a lot of what he said...
I think he works for the fucking Matrix. I think he's been paid. I think they've put him somewhere, they've put him in. Think about this. Let's analyze this. Like professionals. Let's be professionals.
Go on.